Hey, welcome to The Return with Josh and Maria Cribbs. I am your host, Maria Cribbs, along with my handsome husband, Joshua Cribbs.
I'm Josh Cribbs.
And it's Tuesday.
It is a beautiful Tuesday, regardless of some scattered showers here and there.
Right.
It's a beautiful Tuesday.
It's a nice warm Tuesday.
Yes.
It was better. It was beautiful yesterday. I mean, it was like one of those perfect days you go
like
outside.
That today earlier as well.
Yeah, but the clouds started rolling in. We right here on the beautiful shores of Lake Erie. We see the clouds, the lightning, but it's still the sun is starting to peek out. But yesterday was like that go outside and work out weather.
Yeah.
That go on down to the beach and just walk around, get some sunshine.
But I'm shell shocked sometimes of Cleveland.
Mm-hmm. Why?
Because at any moment when you have a good day, it's like getting out of a bad relationship. You're scared to be in a good one because you think they're going to mess up. I'm scared to see a good day.
Like, can I enjoy this?
Like,
I don't want to get too comfortable. Right,
Is it about to snow tomorrow?
No,
is that why it's hot?
It feels good. And you know what? Speaking of beautiful weather, did you guys see those beautiful horses galloping along I-90? Did you see that?
I did not.
It happens right over here. You didn't see the I had the video. I don't know. Are we allowed to air it? I was on the I'm from Cleveland Instagram, and they posted a video of the horses. Because, right across the highway behind us. We're literally
escaping?
Right. Yes, we're right. They weren't escaping.
It seems like it. I saw it.
Ryan, we got the video or no? Let me see the video.
Go
okay,
ahead.
look at this.
Yeah, they escaped.
Oh.
Yeah.
Could you imagine
2 horses
driving down the highway and you just see
2
some
horses.
horses galloping by? Like, what is going on?
George,
Not the wild,
run,
wild
George.
West. But weren't they beautiful though?
Yes, they were running from the police.
And
you saw that correctly.
Well, they work with the police.
Only in Cleveland, you see 2 horses running for their life. and then the police right behind them.
Uh-huh.
Only in Cleveland.
I quit. They don't pay me enough.
I was like, run, George. I'm running. Don't run right behind me. Run the other way.
I think they might be striking her. Maybe they're on a strike or something.
Yes,
I
but
just
those
thought
were 2 police horses.
Yes, because
Okay.
and I didn't know this until we started coming out here every day. Like right behind us is where they train the horses.
Okay.
And so I guess they just
I don't
got
think
out of
they
their
liked it.
stable.
I don't think they
want to
like
be
they
there.
just got out of their stable.
I think they it's time for us to
they
retire.
running for freedom.
But they were beautiful though, Josh. What?
Them horses was running for freedom.
They were.
Man.
They're like, we want to work
swim.
We want to work at the post office.
That was 90,
not
right?
with the police, huh?
That was 90.
Yes.
It seemed like they could have made a left and made a swim for it.
Yeah, like we get about it. We going to Canada. We going to Canadian
were
waters. Yeah.
Clydesdales before we came here. We were in the Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah.
We don't belong here.
Yeah, you got people driving by talking about.
They were running to freedom.
Yeah,
well,
they look beautiful. So
okay.
But speaking of the police, my mother was on the show last Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Totally. When I tell you, my
Caught
mom
you by surprise.
caught me by surprise. I don't know if you could tell by watching the show. I'm like, my mom is on TV with me. She said, I'm going to stop by the show. So I'm thinking you're going to stop by and see us do our thing. But when Josh and I walk in, she was already propped up here sitting in position. She already gave our producer, Ryan, some photos of herself to flash up, And I'm no mom, we forgot you.
That was a good surprise.
She said we forgot to show her softball and her volleyball photo from her high school.
She's multiple sport athlete.
You don't understand. My mom was like all Ohio in basketball.
Wow.
All state or something like that. So I think, I mean,
and
I know.
You just did track, right?
I ran track at the
all sport
at the collegiate level, the high school.
What did she call
the collegiate level? I started running track in the 11th grade, and I didn't get decent in hurdles until the 12th grade. It clicked.
Do you think? And this was a question I should have asked your mom.
Yeah.
Do you think you was let down like of a child, like you disappointed the family name?
No, what? I thought you meant like I'm.
Do you think when your mom looks at you, she says that look right?
No, I think my mom is proud of me.
If you ever see an adult look at a child or
well, I did ask my mom.
Say,
first of all, I do not know how to swim. I love coming up here on
disappointment
Lake Erie and watching, just looking at the water. But if anything ever happened, I'd be stuck because I don't know how to swim. I'm like, Mom, why did you never teach me how to swim?
Your mom doesn't swim either. Yeah. Remember, we had that conversation. Your mom doesn't like the water.
But then she also was all state in basketball. Why didn't you? You got a
full
full-ride scholarship.
That's the
full ride scholarship to Central State. Why did you not put a basketball in my hands? Those are questions I just.
So you wanted her to.
But I think she was too busy, trying to make a living for herself as a police officer.
Don't blame your mom. That's what I'm gonna stand up and say. I'm gonna defend your mom since she ain't here.
Who put the football in your hand?
When we come back,
we got an Olympian coming on the show when we come back. I still want to answer to that question when we get done. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All
Oh,
right,
yeah,
now
baby.
welcome back to the show. Now, we told y'all before the break we had a very special guest in the house. I want to let y'all know I got 2 Tigers in the house, okay?
Oh,
I got
yeah.
a 2021 Olympian, 12-0 with 6 knockouts, and a Cleveland native, Tiger.
Cleveland Zone.
Tiger Johnson's in the house. What's
Tiger
up?
Johnson.
What up with
Tiger.
Baby.
Should we growl?
it?
No. What's up, Tiger?
What up with it?
And we got his coach, PJ. PJ's in here.
Hey,
and
how
then we
y'all
got his
doing?
cousin, DJ L, in the house. Got everybody.
Yeah, he brought the
on
whole
the show.
group.
Yeah.
And that's what boxers do.
They got the entourage,
Do boxers
baby.
have to come with an entourage, or else y'all get jumped by another entourage or something? Is that how it works?
Hold on. What's the deal with that? Or you just like the family? It's like to have love around you.
I mean, it's everything. It's all of the above for real. But you know,
Support base.
It's better to have somebody with you than get caught lacking. So.
Exactly.
Ain't
That's
nobody,
kinda like-
12-0. I don't think nobody want to.
But that's
ain't
what I'm
nobody gonna
saying.
catch you lacking,
that's how
though.
we was raised though. Like I don't, you feel me? We don't go nowhere.
But you a
alone.
boxer, so people, if somebody come up on you, you know you don't supposed to throw them hands.
That's what I got him for.
And that's why you come. That's why boxers have an entourage.
That's my cousin. Cousin right
he
there.
got the cousin and he got the trainer
Uh-huh.
right
That's what I
there.
got him for.
So to your cousin, to the trainer. So let's talk to your trainer. You was a boxer before, right?
Yeah, PJ, tell us about your
PJ, you was a
boxing career.
boxer. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh man, I started boxing in year 2000. I was 12. Won a lot of national tournaments. 2005 National Golden Glove champion. That's the tournament I won before I turned pro. My record was 21-4 as a pro. My career was cool, but I underachieved a little bit because of
It happens though.
distractions.
And the best of us who can play the sport, we coach it.
Yeah.
And
But when he speak on them distractions, I would like to dive deeper into that because you got kids that watch sometimes, and you always talk about how a lot of people could have made it in your area.
right,
but
it's
they got-
always
You know?
But he actually boxed before.
Yeah.
So it's something, and for coaches to have actually played the sport, that's kind of like validity. Because I feel some type of way sometime if you trying to tell me something you ain't never done it for yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that helps. Y'all childhood friends, because I was about to say, did that take part? Was that a part of the process of having him be your trainer? Is that he boxed before? But
Well, no, I came up watching his generation. So it's like
you make him seem
You knew
like
he was the real deal.
an ancestor.
When he said he was 12 and
Like
20, so I was
generation.
like, man, he was
His
12 and
generation.
20.
like that's his papa, or
Yeah.
something, like his generation.
He still-
I came
yeah.
up.
When he
came
was
up
when
like,
he was a little kid, I was damn
Like,
near
yeah,
turning
like-
pro already.
Oh, yeah.
So
Like, I was-
okay.
I was like, I come from a boxing family on my father's side, so like I always been around boxing, so like I knew everybody in the city. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I knew his generation before that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, he said off camera that Tiger has an old soul. So we're 80s babies, Maria and I, and we be always having like the retro.
Y'all don't know how
stuff
many people
around.
come into the studio. They don't know who
The younger-
this
they don't be
is.
knowing
They
who
don't
the,
know who Alf
characters are.
is. He knew who Alf was. It is.
I mean, to a max. So that he said, yeah, you have an old soul. You just won your last fight. Talk about that a little bit. The preparation going in, having to compete on your own. Maria, you ran
Because
track.
12 and 0 means you won every fight, right? Am I
Yeah, that's
correct?
every-
Okay,
yeah,
all right. You
but
said your
Maria,
last
you was
fight.
a-
Like
you
he
ran track, right? You went to college, ran track?
No, I ain't doing
No
I ain't-
college.
I said
Okay.
I ran in high school. Don't.
Okay. Yeah, so
I
I
was fast. I wasn't fast.
I was trying to give you some props. You could have just said yeah.
No, I'm not gonna lie to my audience. No, I did
Okay.
not go. No,
But you talked about how, track players or track guys are out there by themselves.
yeah, individual sport.
Individual.
Mm-hmm.
And boxing is the most. You out there, you got to be strategic.
It's 1v1.
preparing. Is it film study? Like what people see?
we're the
Because
number one hardest sport. It's literally
It
listed
is.
as the number one hardest sport.
it is. And people need to know that because,
I didn't know that.
yeah, they take
So
a
boxing is listed as the
y'all
number
gotta
one
watch
hardest
film
sport.
on players, on athletes. Do y'all do it as a like a group, or does your coach give you homework at all? How does that preparation look before going into a fight?
I know. So like we get so my manager, he'll get the opponents, and basically like whatever fight I got, he'll just send it to us, and then we do our little homework, and then we just go from there, and then start our training camp.
Now, is the homework based off of their how social they may be? Because boxing is some trash talking in boxing.
Yeah.
Y'all y'all meet up after the weigh-in, and y'all damn near about to fight at the weigh-in. How does that work? Like,
I mean,
are y'all all mad at each other? Mean? Like,
with me, I check the person's temperature, so I wait for him.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So if
Yeah.
he chilling, I'm chilling. You feel me?
So-
I ain't really know. I don't start nothing.
you don't start it, but you finish.
Yeah, I finished. Yeah.
When you
but,
spoke of training camp, I hate to interrupt you. I do want to know the process. I've always been like obsessed with boxing. Ever since I was a little girl, I would fall asleep watching on TV, HBO boxing, right? How do you prepare for a match? Like how soon in advance are you? Okay, boom, you find out who you fighting. First of all, how do you even pick who you gonna fight?
the promoter.
Okay, the promoter picks.
Yeah.
Okay, how do you prepare? Is it like 3 months out, 6 months out? How far in advance do you know you're gonna even have a fight so you can start preparing?
But you got his training right there.
Yeah, but you know, a couple months ahead.
A couple
You
months,
know what I
okay.
mean? So
Because you pretty much staying in shape all year
yeah,
round.
yeah. 'Cause
Okay.
boxing is all year round, so you gotta stay in shape. That's like I'm always in shape.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But once we get a date and the opponent is like, that's when we step it up. It's time to get busy.
To
you know?
turn up, yeah. Now, how did you pick PJ as your coach? And how long have y'all been working together? Oh, you done took the mic.
Nah, I'ma go at him.
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
But I had got PJ because PJ was living in Cali at the time. He had moved to Cali for a little minute, and I was getting ready to go to Olympic trials. This was 2019.
Oh, yeah.
And, I had to go to the qualifiers for the trials, which was in California. You know, he was already there.
Okay.
So he had came and coached me through the whole tournament, and I basically, you know what I'm saying? I was like, well, he had told me there that he was gonna come back to the city. You know what I'm
And it was
saying?
a no-brainer.
Yeah, but
letting
I was 16. I was probably like 16 or 17, and I already had told him that I want him to come back.
We got a clip, and you posted this on your Instagram of you fighting. And for me, looking at that, I feel like a lot of your fights is strategic. A lot of people don't understand the strategy and the actual mind games that it takes. They just think it's out there like we just gonna hit him as hard as I can. No, there's a plan.
Yeah.
You and your coach, y'all get together, y'all see weaknesses, right? Am I right? So play the clip right quick, and I kind of want to, the viewers to see your strategy. Go ahead.
He's doing a little bit of everything right now. Look at that right hand.
Straight right to stop Galdino in his tracks, and that left uppercut puts
In the middle. I mean,
Now,
coming with the hook, too.
Before, like, your corner is always talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
And when you see a plan work, talk about that plan work. Because is it just your coach, or is it other people that you have in your corner?
So Renard Sappho, he trained me and PJ.
Okay.
So it's me. I mean, it's PJ, Sappho, and then my cut man.
Okay. So you got your cousin here, the DJ,
Yeah.
right? You said if ever need a DJ, I'm calling your cousin, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So y'all been together. This is your cousin from y'all was kids, A1 day one, right?
Yeah.
He done seen you all the way
We
up.
came up in boxing together.
I'm talking about the blood.
You was
the
boxing
sweat.
too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So if y'all have are you heavier than Tiger?
I'm what?
Are you heavier than Tiger?
Like as far as the class goes, fighting class?
He always,
Okay.
he always been bigger than me. Though,
I was
since we
always bigger than
kids.
Tiger.
So
But
you
we
tell
always
him like,
sparred
hey,
with
you be
each other.
winning them fights.
Who be winning in the sparring?
We have our days.
See, I said that's
It
what I'm
depends on the
getting
day.
at.
We had our days, though, for sure.
It was always gym wars.
Yeah, it
You feel
was.
me?
Gym wars. That's what
Yeah.
y'all call them.
Yeah.
How does it feel to see him grow like he's
Yeah,
growing?
and do what he's doing.
You know, from because you seen him from point A to where he is now. How does that feel?
Man, crazy, man. But, like, I knew it was going to come, though, but it's like, it's still crazy, though. Like I mean, I don't
Is
know.
it
like,
surreal?
Yeah.
Like, wow, like he's doing it. He did
But at the
that.
same time, I always knew that, like, Tiger was special, though. For
Right.
Like, the last time I sparred him, like, back in, like, 2016, that's when I knew, like,
That was the last time you was like,
Did
yeah, I'm
he
going to go
get you
ahead.
or something? Did he get you on the ribs? And you like, oh,
That was the
man.
last time in
That
2016.
boy
yeah,
good.
it was just, it was a little
All right,
something like
cousin.
that, though. But I just knew, like, just the dedication, you know what
Right.
I'm saying? Tiger was always that type of dude, like, you know, if I lose a fight, I might say, man,
Yeah.
boxing, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm
He
gonna
wanted-
take a couple weeks off, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
If he lose, he's back in the gym that Monday, you know
Oh,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Oh,
Like,
wow.
He really was like,
Work ethic.
work ethic was crazy. You know?
Now, your cousin might know, or I'm sure you know. How did you come up with the name Tiger?
I was born with that with the nickname because when I was born I had a birthmark that looked like a tiger stripe. So
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Just
so they
name it.
Tiger off rip.
Cause
Yeah.
I know Josh told you. I think he told you to do the break.
Yeah, I
Your
was
nickname was Tiger too. Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody in DC, they recognize me as Tiger as well.
Uh-huh. And y'all did speak of. I'm sorry, because my mind is going crazy because I love boxing. Y'all spoke about going pro. How do you go pro? Like if I say, for example, I want to like dust off my gloves and get back at it. You know what I mean? Because your girl still got it. Okay.
You literally like you get you a boxing license, and you go pro. It's really that simple.
I ain't got to fight 10,
But
20 people.
so
You don't got to do no amateur fight?
Hold on.
Nah.
Okay, coach chiming in.
yeah, because I want
Like
to
you
know
go out to the
because
BMV and get your license. You can
But
just.
it's not smart to do that. You
Oh,
can use your
oh,
hands,
yeah,
though,
okay,
so
elaborate.
You could do that
All
though,
right,
but
so-
it's
I'm like,
not
you know I'm a
smart
pro
to do that.
boxer, right?
I wouldn't
Yeah,
advise you
put
to
that
do
mic up. Yeah.
So anybody could turn pro,
Okay.
but like it's levels. You know what I'm saying? Like he could go pro tomorrow, and then he would be what we call an opponent, like somebody that just turned pro that got a nice resume, like Tiger Johnson, for instance. Even though they never gave him nobody easy,
Right,
Out
right.
Of the gate, it's about hard matchups. But all right, let's say he Olympian. So that means he got leverage. All the managers looking at him, all the promoters looking
So
at him.
people want to fight
Yeah.
him to try to get recognized.
No, not even that.
Mm-hmm.
It's so when it's time for him to turn pro, they gonna snatch him up. Okay, come sign with us. Everybody gonna put their bid in.
Oh.
So now when they get him his fights, he's on what we call the A side. So when on the A side, it's the A side. When you're on the
Oh,
B
wow.
side, that means you coming in as the opponent. You know, if you ever
Oh.
see a boxing match and you be like, he fighting like they bring him off the block.
Right.
Yeah.
They be like that because they don't got no experience.
Oh.
So it's different levels. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, so it's levels to this.
Yeah,
But
it's
but
levels.
Tiger, an Olympian.
I still might go on down there and get my card just to say
Nah,
I'm a
don't
pro
do
boxer.
that.
Don't do that.
Nah.
Like they like,
She
where you
said,
go?
no, don't do that.
Ain't nobody scheduling you to fight them.
So we got the coach here. We got Tiger here. I guess I need to just straight up ask. I know you said your trainers and your managers they determine who you're going to fight. But is there anyone on your list who you want to fight? Like you got a list of people like, okay, I want to come after him.
Oh, that's good.
got it,
I got it.
Hold on, before you do
I
that,
just want to know. Oh,
I want to take a quick commercial break.
you got to find out after the break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Okay, now welcome back to the show. What you laughing at?
Nah, cause you see.
What?
It was the reason why I be like, hey.
Oh, when I said scoop them. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Now, welcome back to the show. I'm sorry. We're having a great time here with Tiger Johnson and his entire crew. He got his friends, his family, his cousins up in here, his trainer. I asked you before we left for commercial, are there any fighters on your list who you want to fight?
I got a couple. You know,
And I guess why? I want to know why.
To get to the next
So who
level.
do you want?
I
Name
mean,
me
it's gonna- it's
name
gonna-
three.
What's them names?
Is it?
we get
We might.
closer to the world title. So
Oh, okay.
these fights would help me reach that goal. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So,
So the goal is to get to the world title.
Mhm.
Okay. And when is that? Is that every year around
Hold up,
I mean,
man. We
it should
need
be
names.
soon. Hopefully next year.
Next
Drop them
year?
names
Okay.
like the interrogation room.
You know what I'm saying?
Like-
Rohan Polanco, he's number one on my list.
where he
Okay.
from?
He's from DR.
Okay.
You know, Brandon Lee, Lindolfo. What's his name? Lindolfo?
I forgot his
I forgot his name.
Okay.
I
Is
can't. I
that?
can't
Do
pronounce
you
it.
agree?
And it's-
Is
Oh,
that
me?
Do you
Yeah,
like
is
okay?
that the- so
that,
the first
is that
one
who
would
you
be
would want
the-
him to go after too?
the fighter from DR? Would that be your first?
Yeah, because he got Tiger name in his mouth, so we got to go ahead and check
Oh.
that.
Yeah, we
Ah.
got
He
to
talking smack.
So he talking. Go ahead, give him that mic.
That's
swing
good that he know
around.
your
Oh, yeah,
name though.
give
That's
me-
good. He know your
Give
name.
me,
You know what's crazy?
Give me Liam Perro too.
Oh,
You know what's crazy?
What's that?
The guy he called out, Brandon Lee.
Mm-hmm.
I fought him before.
You did?
Yeah, yep. So Brandon Lee, we need you. We need you for that rematch.
Oh, the rematch.
that's what's up. But the other kid, the other guy, he got your name in his mouth, right?
Yeah.
That's normal though, right? Like just to kind of
No,
get
yeah,
you
that's
to come
normal.
and
Hold
come.
on. So you
It's like-
you
he ain't
put
say nothing
anybody name in yours? Like, are you calling people? Because would this be considered putting somebody's name in their mouth, like mention them on the show, like, yeah, I want you? Or is it, did he start first? Because you said you don't start nothing unless they started, but you finished
Nah,
it.
but you know, like it was like Rohan. He didn't say nothing disrespectful. He just, you feel me, like
Yeah.
just-
He know he trying to make a
Yeah,
name for himself,
try-
so
I feel
he
like
trying to come at Tiger.
he think it's sweet or something. So
Ah,
I'm like, yeah,
he think it's
he number
sweet.
one. He number one on the hit list.
So, all right, so y'all see each other. You got him. Fight the weigh-in. Y'all talking trash, or you waiting to see him?
Oh yeah, I'm for sure. I'm saying something.
You
to him
talking
that-
trash because he
no,
already said
No,
something.
not at the weigh-ins. before the fight even I want to see him the very next time I see him. I'm gonna say something to him.
It's on site.
Yeah, I'm gonna say something to him.
That's what they say now. It's on site.
Yeah, it's
Right.
on the floor.
But boxers can't just be boxing because I heard y'all's hands are they're
Registered
insured.
as
They're-
daily
Yeah,
weapons.
Is any truth to that?
Nah, that don't mean nothing.
That mean if y'all try to run up on Tiger, you can get it.
Yeah,
Well, he got
it
good-
don't mean
he got-
it don't mean nothing to us.
I want to run up on him because he got a
I
bunch
don't
of,
know about
he got a
anybody
bunch of
else,
fighters
but
on
to
his
us,
team.
that don't mean
Right,
And
right.
he said it don't mean nothing to us, but it means something in courts.
Yeah.
The judge.
So Tiger,
We'll deal with that later.
The
Right.
judge just say, so you like to go to bars and fight, do you?
Yeah,
Nah.
we'll deal
Tiger,
with that
so
later.
okay, looking at your record, 12-0. Do you want another fighter with that same record because it's more of a challenge for you?
I was fighting guys my 5th, 6th fight with that kind of record. 15-1.
Really?
16, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because
I was
PJ's
already
he said
fighting
that.
those type of guys. Like literally, my debut, I fought a guy 3-1 with 3 knockouts.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So
So
I think
always
too the
had-
thing I find is crazy is you told me that you have not had you haven't fought here in your hometown yet.
Yeah, that's one of my biggest dreams. So
That's
I
the
know
next-
it's gonna come one day.
Yeah.
So
So we gotta rally, we gotta figure out how we can get that done.
Yeah.
Get that fight in front of the hometown crowd.
I don't think people don't realize like if we bring a fight to Cleveland, it's gonna sell out.
Right.
I'll be there.
Literally, it's
It
gonna sell out.
does.
It's gonna sell out for
It
sure.
does.
Yeah.
Who's your promoter? Let them know.
Yeah,
Like,
they
you gotta push.
they got it. They got it on the list.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
they,
what's
they,
up.
They working on it.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to understand why though. Like it has to be like a limit of like it has to be a certain venue to where you want to get like a certain number of people because I'm sure there's venues
Nah,
that can
I
hold
feel
a
like
box.
I feel like for because, well, I'm the first boxer from top rank to be signed to top rank. You know
Okay.
what I mean? So they really didn't have they didn't have a reason to come here. You know what I mean? So, but now they do.
You 12-0. I wanna this question
with
is
6
for
knockouts.
this question is for the trainer. For your trainer.
PJ.
He 12-0. How does it look? How does a loss look? Because a lot of times it's tough for, us athletes to accept it, right? But how does a loss look to you, as far as like, either consoling or either accepting it? How does a loss look? Talk about that.
It's only a loss if you don't learn from it.
That's
what
a
I'm saying.
lesson. Quote
It's only a
that.
loss if you don't learn from it. It don't mean lesson to me. If you take advantage of it, if you know what you did wrong, you go home, you get back in the lab and you correct it and you fix it and you move forward. So, we not gonna lose, but it depends on what type of person you are. Sometimes a loss will break a fighter.
Yeah.
How many times you see some fighters they lose, you never see them again. They're
Right.
gonna quit, they're gonna give up. But some fuel to the fire. So that's all. But we ain't losing.
Right. I mean, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we
see.
ain't really too
A lot
worried
of
about
times
it.
you can, and I think that's interesting. Like that's something I say to my son.
Right.
Like it ain't like you got to learn from it.
Yeah.
Like it's all in how you get up, because you can still be a world champion. And I say that because he's undefeated, and in this game, this is a sport, and
Yeah.
he out there on a. So when to make sure he's doing everything possible not to be on the other side of the column, that is excellent, because sometimes we can get caught up in the victory
Yeah, that's
too
a
much
fact.
Yeah.
and only talking about the good stuff instead of saying, hey, you slipped your hand right here, he could have hit you with the
Oh
right.
no, hey, nah.
Like, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. As far as I go, like,
Nah.
I'm always
Hey.
coaching, like,
His last fight
this
was
is what
2
you
minutes.
do to need to be perfect.
It was
His
what?
last fight was 2 minutes and something long. I hit him with all type of little clips. Look, you keep your hand out right here. You drop your hand right here. Like, it's always, we learn it.
If
Every
I
time
go
we
to a
out.
fight, if I pay my $200 or however much they charging nowadays, and
$200.
you knock somebody out in 2 minutes, I'm gonna be on the ring
I'ma
trying
be
to.
mad.
Tiger, why you doing like that?
Yeah, I'ma be mad.
I came out here in my outfit, got my makeup on, my hair done.
I'm gonna be
in 2
holding the
minutes?
popcorn like this.
But hey,
You don't
y'all-
want to give people a show?
Like,
What,
what the-
Tiger?
That ain't worse than Mike though. Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we be like
That's
that.
why I
We
ain't
just, we
never
just got in
wanna
our
go to
seat
them.
and already knocked them out.
Yeah.
Speaking of Tyson, who are some of the boxers that you look up to, like that you admire? That you watch growing up?
Sugar Ray Robinson.
Okay,
Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard,
Leonard.
Roy Jones, Pernell Whitaker.
Who would you say your style
Floyd.
emulates?
I don't know. To be honest, I
Do
don't,
you see any?
I don't think I have. I don't.
Got your own style?
I feel like I just got my own unique style.
Yeah,
But I could literally do anything.
right.
I have the ability to. I got speed,
Mhm.
power. You feel me? Reflexes, good defense. So it's like I just don't like style wise. I don't think I fight like anybody.
Did you play any other sports growing up? Well, I feel like you still growing up. You still doing so much. Did you play anything other than boxing, or did you?
I couldn't play more than one sport.
You just love boxing so
I had
much.
I had to choose one sport.
Yeah.
So, but
Because I
feel like I would have made the league in baseball though.
How you feel about in baseball? Okay. What position?
Probably center field.
Center field. Okay. Your mic out, baby. I think your mic out. Yeah, scoot it back in. There you go. Okay, so you said center field. Josh played baseball, too, which is amazing. I just admire like athletes in general because I know what it takes to get there, and how you just 12-0. That's amazing. 6
it's
knockouts.
amazing as well. He got a huge support base around you.
Tiger.
Cleveland is about.
Do you ever
around
feel bad? Do you ever feel bad when you knock somebody out?
No.
What?
Not at all.
That's a question that mom. I don't want to say all.
Baby, I didn't mean to hit you that hard,
No,
baby.
but I mean, afterwards, you know what I'm saying?
Why did you whisper it to him?
Because I was like, I just want to know, like, do you ever feel bad?
Afterwards, I try to see how my opponent doing. Like,
Okay.
I don't want to see nobody in bad shape. I
Right.
want him to be able to fight again. You feel me?
Call
But
him
during
the
that ring, it's
all
over.
war.
It's over with. Yeah.
How do you knock somebody out? Like, not that I be out in Cleveland trying to knock somebody. Don't you got to hit them a certain way?
Hey,
No, don't you got to hit them a certain way?
She want to
like
get her
the
boxing
jaw.
license.
Isn't like something like the
she
jaw?
trying
He
to.
trying to catch
Yeah.
some
And I'm
bread.
just the chin or something, right?
Or the temple.
The
temple.
oh, that's
Yeah, the
Behind
ding,
the
ding,
ear right
ding.
Yeah,
right behind the head.
ear,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Dang, okay.
So you gonna get boxing lessons on the side again?
Well, I'm about to go to the whatever to get my card and go pros. Next time I'll be on this show, I'm be
Stop
like,
it.
you gonna have to introduce me as the pro
Man,
pro
stop
boxing
it.
co-host. No, Tiger,
guys.
PJ, DJ.
Yeah, we appreciate
Before we
y'all
let you go,
coming
we know
in,
y'all
man.
busy people. Y'all got anything else y'all want to say or promote before we get up out of here?
Oh,
How
let
can
me
our
tell you
viewers?
that story.
Go,
Oh, yeah,
tell
tell
us,
me.
tell
Go
us.
ahead.
Go ahead.
So look, this probably was like 08. It was like 07, 08. We was on PS3, and it used to be this thing called PlayStation Home. Remember that?
Yeah, yep.
And like you got it's like a virtual world for everybody with PlayStation. It's like a virtual world,
Okay.
and we all had like our own characters.
Uh-huh.
I convinced somebody that I was Josh Cribbs.
What? On the game? Oh man!
Like I literally.
So that was you?
Like,
Nah,
this is me.
I
Right,
convinced
right.
somebody I was him, and they was like, "Really, win the next game?" I'm like, "Man, we play the Bengals Sunday."
So you know the schedule and everything.
Hey, that's hilarious.
And he got his brown. You got your
Oh,
orange.
my
I'm assuming you're a
gosh.
Browns fan, right?
You see
Yeah,
him with the
orange
all
suit.
oranges?
I know. You only got to. You just said, imagine that someone who has made it to your level, coming from the city of Cleveland native.
Yeah, that's
you
him.
know, on the PlayStation, acting
That's
like
a
he
nice
Josh
name,
Cribbs,
too.
right?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, he on there.
And make sure, because you did say before we got on the show that you got a jersey that you're gonna get him to sign. So come up here and bring it up here anytime.
Y'all
But
welcome back anytime.
Tell our
man.
viewers where can they find you at on social. I'm sure they want to follow your career if they're not already.
Instagram and Twitter, Tiger Johnson 216.
And if anybody want to get more training on the side, do you only train Tiger, or
No, I'm training whoever trying to come.
how can they
to them
find
things.
you?
Hit me on the gram, Prentice.Jr. PRENICE.
Hey, you rubbing your beard like a sensei.
And then
Like all the movies and stuff.
That's how you know. That's how you know he
Yeah,
thinking.
yeah.
And then Cuzzo right here. I know
The
you said you
DJ.
done got.
Make sure y'all follow my Instagram at _1DJEL. And y'all can hear me on the radio Saturday nights on 107.9 from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. too.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, look, thank y'all so
Absolutely.
much for joining.
Tiger Johnson, baby.
Good luck with all your future endeavors.
Thank you,
We know
thank
you're
you.
gonna kill it. And look, we got more show. Don't you go anywhere. We'll be right back. Tiger Johnson.
Tiger Johnson.
Now he's
Yeah,
still
he-
waiting on his fight to have
he out
take place
here
in Cleveland.
Knocking people out.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all go to his Instagram. You can see all his fights right here in Cleveland, man. We got a lot of talent.
Totally unexpected, but I think we just bring anyone that wants to come into the studio vibes. He had his entire squad with him.
Yeah,
And we
his
thought, well, hold on.
trainer.
Well, Ryan, I got to figure out the mics and the shots.
Right.
But we made it work. But they were just so cool, and they really want him to have his. I mean, could you imagine fighting in front of your,
I could.
your city? You know what I mean?
could.
Yeah.
For me, I grew up in Washington, D.C.
Right.
And to play NFL football there
Mhm.
against a team that I rooted for when I was a kid, that was everything.
Right.
I scored my first receiving touchdown in Washington, D.C.
Right.
And I saw, a lot of people that was there supporting me who were Washington fans
Mm-hmm.
had Washington jerseys on. They lift up their jerseys.
they
and
brown
had
shirts
Browns
underneath.
jerseys
Yeah.
on. So that was amazing to get,
Right.
to have that feeling. So I can imagine what it's like for Tiger.
Yeah.
To
Can I
to
just
want
say
to
I
fight
love
here.
the fact that he knew all of our retro. He's like, you like E.T.? You
Right.
like Gremlins? I'm like, you
Yeah.
know, because when you
His-
start getting to that age, you getting older, people younger than you, they like, well, what's that? Like the one girl was like, oh, you got a Furby. I'm like, this is Gizmo, lady.
His owner,
Yeah.
his
You said owner.
I mean
his parents?
No.
What? Oh, his trainer. I'm like, his owner? What's going on,
His
Josh?
trainer.
We're not in the 1600s or 1800s. What are you talking about?
Stop it, man. Why you get to that
No
point?
one owns. That's
Tiger's trainer said that he was an old soul. That's
Yeah.
what I mean. So he knew all the characters being that young.
right.
Because Tiger's only, 20 something years
Yeah.
old? 23 years
When
old?
he said he was
24?
12 in 2000, I was like, oh, man.
Yeah. You was starting to clock.
Yeah, but I love the fact that he got his whole crew with him. They make him feel comfortable, and he's trying to get to that championship, like
Yeah.
he said. Now,
I wanna-
we got to shout out though before
okay,
you
go
won
ahead.
anything. Wait a
Okay.
minute, we got to shout out. Now, my mom was she went to the doctor's today, and she didn't know that her doctor, Dr. Bressler, well, she knew he was retiring. So congratulations on 30 years of being a gynecologist.
Congratulations.
But he was watching our show yesterday. He didn't know that she knew us. And she was going to even be on the television. We got a
Wow.
photo of him right here. This is them in the doctor's office
Oh,
today.
wow.
That's Dr. Bressler down in Columbus, Ohio. He is, retiring after 30 years. What he said what he's going to do with his time, he's going to train future gynecologists on how to do the trade. So
Oh.
thank you so much for
OB
watching the
her
show. He's a
OBGYN.
huge Browns fan, Josh.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, I wanted to ask this question. When you were in college, and we were in college together, so I'm asking this really to the audience. When you were in college, could you afford to go on spring break? Now, our daughter is in town, right?
That's a good question.
It is. Well, actually, the city of Miami, they said don't even consider coming down here for spring break with us anymore. Did you
Wow.
know that?
No, I didn't.
They
Tell me.
put a whole, Josh, where have you been?
Girl, if you don't tell me
You've been
what
too
the deal
busy
is.
trucking or something. Okay, so they put up a tweet yesterday, right? And it says, hey, spring break, we're over. And they had this whole video of like this breakup campaign saying, we're breaking up with you. We don't want you coming down here, trashing up our city, getting drunk, partying,
Isn't it a
smoking,
lot of
hanging
money
out
poured into
in tourism.
Miami?
But
In
I
tourism?
think Miami, that's what I'm trying to understand. I
Like
think
staying at the hotels and all of that.
restaurants.
That's crazy. So they're really trying to get people not to have spring break down there. That
Yeah.
seems like an odd thing.
Yeah.
Ryan,
They said,
have you ever went to Miami to go spring break or on a trip at all?
I went to my last spring break at college. I went to Fort Lauderdale, and
That's kind of like
that's like,
Miami.
that's like 30
And-
minutes away.
in no way, shape, or form would I ever do that again.
What? Hold on. Give me the tea. What happened?
But there wasn't any tea. It's just I enjoy having
Bad
fun to
experience?
myself, and I had a decent time. It was just one of those things. It probably took 10 years off my life,
Oh wow.
so I can't really afford to go there.
You was going hard like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, no,
you
well,
woke up, you didn't know who
and
you
it was.
was?
Just so many people and just the
Yes.
stuff you see. It's just like
Yeah.
Hey, Ryan, wake
once
up
you go once, you never need to go back. I'll
Ryan,
say
wake
that.
up in the bed like, who are you? Who are you?
Like, what you mean? We married. See?
And it was it a lot of people down there? Was it like saturated?
That's been the hot spot for college the last couple of years is Fort Lauderdale. I like Fort Myers. I like the West Side. It's a little more calm.
Chill,
You can still
yeah.
do everything you want there, but it's just I don't know. It's a little less calm, which is a little bit what I prefer.
See, okay, Ryan and Josh, you kind of got the same
Yeah,
vibes
see, I was
going
about
on.
to say,
I'm the
we on the
opposite.
same
I like to
speed.
be in the mix with people. I like crowds, like the people watch. So every year for my birthday, I would go down to South Beach, Miami. So
Yeah.
I've never been during spring break when like the younger crowd is out
Right,
there, and
right.
they probably
I don't. Yeah.
But look what they put, Josh. They put now that what's prohibited on the beach: smoking cigarettes or filtered tobacco products, consumption of alcohol, which everybody would go to Wet Willie's in South Beach and walk around with their little
Right.
frozen margaritas,
Right,
you know?
right.
Narcotics and marijuana are banned. Large tents, tables, or similar structures. No more loud music. Large coolers, glass containers, styrofoam or plastic straws. Like they're going to be
You know
doing
what that
bag
sound
checks.
like?
They're going to be doing random person bag checks.
That sound like what happened at Puddin' Bay. That because it.
Oh, they have a
became
brawl
such
down there or something in Puddin'
No,
Bay.
it became such a party area during Christmas, summertime.
Christmas
and
in July.
Yeah,
Christmas in July.
that they try to discourage that because they didn't want that the people that live on the island was like, man, y'all come and terrorize our oasis,
Yeah.
and then leave, and kind of like what you saying is just nothing but trash here from y'all partying and getting drunk and wasted and tearing up everything and then leave.
Yeah.
So that kind of give me that gives that same vibe of don't party here anymore. You know,
Could you afford, when you were in college, could you afford to go on spring break? I couldn't.
No.
I've never been to spring break during
we
college.
didn't.
Right.
We were broke college students.
Yeah.
And then we decided to get married for some reason.
But then your daughter, she's in town now. Your daughter, which is our daughter.
Skipped
She's
that
like,
part.
guys, I have to come home to you guys because I don't have enough money for spring break. And I was like, well, she said she wanted to go, but she felt like some of her friends, like, they just were busy doing other things, or maybe it was financial issues. And I'm like, well, you come home and I didn't go. I guess I'm not compassionate because I did not go anywhere on spring break when I was in college. So I'm just like, girl,
we got married.
You'll get over it.
And we didn't.
And it's been like it has not been a vacation ever since. On that note, look, I got to ask you a couple of questions about some shows I've been watching and some things that have been going on social. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, now welcome back to the show, Josh. What you want to talk about? I know I wanted to say some things too.
Nah, go ahead and say your
No,
thing.
I was going to ask you, did you see that fight? We didn't get to it last week with my mom on the show. The Cam Newton, he had that 7-on-7 tournament, which I feel like is a great thing that he's going back to his city and putting on events for the youth. And then that fight took place where you see he had that hat on the whole time.
Yeah.
You know, he be wearing them hats.
Yeah, I think it's like.
And how you whooping somebody telling the hat is intact?
I feel like it's glued down or like it's mixed. It's in his hair.
Yeah,
tied around his hair so it wouldn't come out.
And we know,
that
like, first of all, anybody I don't advise anyone to try to ever fight a football player. It's a lot of
because
maybe like Tiger Johnson too, or a boxer either. There's certain sports you just don't.
Because sometimes
you don't want them tapping into that part of them where and Cam Newton, I feel like he could have done more. He wasn't swinging. He was pretty much just like removing people. You know what I mean? What do you feel about that?
I think
this generation is different.
When looking at it, I feel like Cam, and he came out and spoke recently. I heard what the other people said.
Took full accountability.
Cam talks a lot of trash, rightfully so, in a way that to them, because I heard their side kept striking them in the wrong way. At no time and at no point do I feel like it ever should have came or rose to them fighting. I just think that was so terrible to give that, to put that on film and to just allow people to see you in such a negative way for such a positive reason.
Yeah.
Anytime professional athletes, former and current, are at a camp, and that's what they were doing, like a passing league, and it was getting a little heated because they like competition.
And trying to have them showcase their talent.
It's more about the talent, more about the sport, showcasing that part and doing the right thing. And then the fight just kind of erases all the validity of why you're actually there. Yeah. It erases it, as opposed to, and just puts a bad light on that. And Cam didn't need that.
I didn't think he needed that. I felt bad because, one thing I will say, I did see the video he put out where I think he was taking full accountability. He was basically saying, like, I have, too much to lose. I can't be putting myself in those situations. I'm trying to come back to the community and help out and, give people some exposure, but then things like that happen. But I will say this, every generation gets different.
Right.
I remember one time I thought in my mind, I was talking to our daughter, right? And I'm like, I said, why are you about to cry? You never know how sensitive someone is. And I know, Cam Newton's like full dominant man.
Yes.
He likes a straight shooter.
Trash.
And sometimes you talk and you think you're like, you pumping someone up and not realizing how they can be internalizing it as disrespect or,
Right.
And so with every generation, you just got to be careful because you don't know what they can tolerate. They might have something. They might have been going through a bad day or have a bad situation at home, especially when you're trying to give back to kids. You don't know where their upbringing, where they're coming from, what they're lacking. And then you're talking to them some kind of way, which we weren't there. We don't know what he is. I'm just saying his style sometimes might be too hard for some people, especially when you're trying to mentor kids. You don't have to talk down to people. Are you a trash talker? Because I be hearing
trash talker.
I be hearing you on the PlayStation, Josh. Tell the truth to the people. Who you be talking trash to? Who is that?
So that's different.
You talk to yourself?
Talking trash on PlayStation and in live sports are two different things.
I feel like you as a coach, you're too logical as a coach. You really are calming and trying to explain things. I mean, you better go out there and kill it, man.
See, I had fun. But it's a difference of trash talking. Like, I don't trash talk. Like, I love it out here. Like, I'm like, oh, yeah, baby, let's go. You know, I'm rooting for them.
Right,
because I want to beat you at your best.
Yeah.
I didn't want to beat a team and they ain't got their quarterback. I'm like, you know, that it kind of takes something off of it. So that wasn't my game. I wasn't like a trash talker. I ain't try to have to get you. I want you on your best, so you ain't got no excuses.
Right.
I'm beating you when you at your best.
Yeah.
You know, that's
I think certain the coaches that I like, even though I like to be turned up, I do like the coaches that can actually speak to you and empower you. Not to try to, I think some people try to do reverse psychology and talk down to you to help motivate you. And that does, like with my children, I know which child I can talk which way to. And for every, you know, you got to know that when you're trying to mentor a young man.
He be like, man, they too sensitive. Like, I'll be like, man, all right, give me a hug. I get on them. All right, give me a hug.
Just wash your dishes when you feel like it, your mom said. Look, we're going to take one more quick break. And then I want to talk quick break. And I want to talk about my girl, Wendy, and whatever you want to discuss. Because it's your show, too. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, now welcome back to the show. I mean, I know you want to talk about football, but it is basketball season too.
It is.
Just saying.
But we always gotta
baseball's coming
figure
up
out
too.
The state,
the
current state of the Browns. And I wanted to ask Ryan because I didn't get to ask this last week, and talking about the additions. Now, Ryan, I'm not a big guy of the NFL draft because I wasn't drafted, so I can care less about the draft. But fans do. A lot of people do care about the draft. What are you most interested in as a fan? What do you want to see Browns get additions from? Free agency or the draft?
Well, I think it's got to be a little bit of both, right? I mean, they project the Browns to have around, I think it's around like 40 mil cap space, or that Andrew Berry will spend in free agency when it's all said and done. We've seen guys already get off the market. Mike Evans is back in Tampa. They tagged T. Higgins. So they'll probably get somebody. I know a few names floating around are the likes of Marquise Brown. Gabe Davis has been a popular name floating around here. But really, with that 54 pick in the draft, it's more than likely going to be receiver. But the interesting thing is we only have 2 picks in the top 100. So that's not very normal for us. But obviously, we've had to deal with some certain things and losing picks and whatnot.
Right. Did you see the cap space? Did you see the change in financial structures that Andrew Berry did recently to free money up?
Yeah, Denzel Ward was the most recent one. That freed up, I believe, $12.4 million right there. Deshaun's a likely candidate to get restructured here in a little bit.
When the restructurings happen, though, that is where I believe that the free agency, the pickups.
Yep, that's exactly what it does, because you're essentially just moving that money that you're going to have to pay to later years, but which is okay, because what have we seen basically every year for the last 5 years is that cap space just keeps going up. That cap number keeps going up and up. So it's at a record high now. It'll probably be higher next year. So we're able to do that. And luckily we have people in the front office. We have Paul DePodesta, Andrew Berry, that know all those things to get that money off the book kind of this year, so we can go get free agents, which is going to be nice because we're definitely going to need some.
And to me, it's not about the money. Sometimes we always run. We ain't had no money, and then we restructured.
What do we need?
We got money
though?
again.
What do we need?
And that's why. But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's not a lot. And the pieces that we need to keep us there on top and to put us, over the line is another top receiver. Those D linemen is looking like they about to try to get Zadarius or trying to figure something out with him. I know you weren't a huge candidate of that, Ryan, because you wanted to see more right now progress, production. That shows up in the stat total.
Yeah.
But just pieces to the puzzle. And I just don't think you find that in the draft, unless you just hit a diamond in the rough. But somebody that come in right away to help us, because we're not rebuilding.
No, you're right. We're not rebuilding in the slightest. And go look at our free agents. I mean, there's not many. Obviously, Zadarius Smith, you're going to either have to bring him back or find somebody else to pair with Myles Garrett. But look, yeah, the DN spot, we're in no position in the draft to go get one that we're going to start right away that could be valuable, really. Even we have a couple that we drafted a few years ago and last year that'll be on the come up. But yeah, receiver is the real position in the draft that could realistically make a immediate impact. However, I'm not confident in saying that's going to happen because of our history and Andrew Berry's history with not hitting wide receivers in the draft.
My last question, and I'm done with football.
No, go ahead.
This is hard for me, Ryan. What do you think we should do at running back? Do you think the Browns secure a running back just in case?
Just in case.
or are we all already good for what we have? Because we weren't. When Nick went down, we weren't secure with
scrambling
with what we had,
and that's exactly why they're gonna have to do something. Whether that's and probably both. They're probably gonna. I'm sure they'll draft a running back because the running backs nowadays you can get in the later rounds. But because Nick Chubb's more than likely gonna have to start on the pup, and you saw what we were capable of when we just had Jerome Ford and Kareem Hunt back there. Obviously, Kareem Hunt's probably not gonna be back, so you're gonna have to at least find somebody for the time being, and whether that's in free agency, a guy like you're obviously not more than likely gonna get a Jacobs or a Saquon. So you're gonna have to find someone a little bit cheaper, but you're gonna have to, because Nick Chubb's not gonna be available probably till I think it's week 6. So they're gonna have to do something.
They saying week 6 already? You think so?
If he goes on the pup, I believe it's automatically.
Yeah.
It might have gone down to 4.
For people who don't know, the PUP is physically unable to play.
Mm-hmm.
But that was our quick Browns moment, Maria. I wanted to get that in because
I was just thinking when he was saying something about the
news.
receivers. I'm kind of, not that I'm over the days. I know it's always time. How much time we got, Ryan? 30 seconds. I know it's always time to you always want to have a star on your team, but I feel like why not get a couple of underdogs, like a couple of receivers, rotate them, and then let a star be born.
Austin,
we always bring these all stars in, and then injuries happen, or they end up being duds, and then we know we out of luck. But I didn't know Kareem wasn't coming back either. Look, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this show. We had 2 Tigers in the house, Olympian,
Tiger Johnson. The fighter.
It's beautiful weather out here. I know.
12-0.
Look, we love y'all so much for watching. We'll catch you next time on The Return with Josh and Maria Cribbs. Love y'all.
Peace.